What is up? We are back with a new video, and we've got the Pwnage Stormbreaker and Trinity just landed a couple of days ago, and we're going to do a quick unbox for you guys, and we're going to check out what my first impression is and what's inside the box. So let's rip it up and have a look inside. There are two seals here, and the box looks pretty good. It's actually not a super high quality box, but it has some embossing on the top, and they did a pretty good job. I think this is pretty cheap to produce, but it's got enough style for it to make it look good. And there's the Max CF, and the box looks pretty good. It is not super high quality, but they did a pretty good job for it to make it look good while being economical as well, and not too wasteful on materials. So let's pull it up and have a look. There's the Stormbreaker CF. Let's have a look inside the box and see what comes in the box. There's your 8K dongle. The dongle itself looks like a pretty cheap plastic. I wish they used better materials to make it a little bit more premium feeling. It looks alright, but it doesn't feel like it's premium plastic, if that makes any sense. The sponge here, pretty flimsy and light. Now let's look what's inside the package. It's sealed. And have a look inside. I think what you get inside is extra corner skates and extra dot skates. Yeah, there, I see it already. Oh, there's a sticker as well, Pwnage sticker. Extra corner skates, extra dot skates, universal grip, contoured grip, user manual, USB-C cable, and there's something else in there. It looks like there's a screwdriver, and that screwdriver is to adjust your sensor position. So that's about it. I'm going to put it back in the box. I'm not going to open the other one because I'm going to assume it has the same things inside. Put this aside so that we can open the other one, which is the Trinity. Now the Trinity is of course a smaller... Oh, it just comes off like that even with the seals. So the seals actually did nothing. Okay. Those seals pretty useless. But there you go. Like I mentioned, this is... did I mention? I didn't mention. But let's put these boxes away. Again, same box. It looks pretty fancy. From the exterior, the box actually looks very premium, but when you actually touch it, it doesn't actually feel expensive. You know what I'm saying? Just like the dongle, from a distance it looks pretty premium, but when you actually hold it in your hand, it looks like a pretty thin plastic. Not like doesn't give me that premium kind of feel. Same with the box. So let's talk about the two shapes here. This is of course a Deathadder V3 Pro kind of shape. I do have a Deathadder here, but this is the old Deathadder. This is the Deathadder Elite, so it's, you know, it's not the same shape, but it is the same size, huge in the hand. They're both very similar in the hand in terms of size. This is a big boy for big hands. As I mentioned, this is a Deathadder V3 Pro shape, or inspired shape. So the closest feeling to it is the Deathadder V3 Pro. The weight of this mouse is slated to be 45 grams, so let's test it out. Okay, this thing decided to die. Let me just charge it up and we'll continue to talk about the mouse and we'll weigh it again later. But here's a size comparison with a thorn kind of shape. This is actually an AJAS shape. This is an IFU mouse, but it is one-to-one with the AJAS AJ179 shape. You can clearly see how big the Max CF is. Huge. In the hand, you can really feel the size difference. This really fits my hand very well because I got like 21 by 12 hands. So this is actually a really nice size. Although the thorn size, I can handle it, but you can see my fingers kind of overhang slightly if I'm doing my palm grip. If I'm doing the exact same palm grip as I do with the Deathadder, my fingers are at the optimal position. On the thorn, if I'm doing my actual palm grip, they're kind of overhanging a little bit. So I'm very familiar with the Deathadder shape because the Deathadder was my main for 6-7 years. So this was my main mouse, main shape for 7 years. So very familiar with this shape. I've been using it for actually too long. But yeah, this is actually pretty amazing. Looks like my scale is turned on. Let's see if it's got enough juice. Let's hit the tari. And it's supposed to be 45 grams. It's 48, 3.2 grams off. But I've not removed the stickers. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Remove the protective stickers and then weigh it again. Who knows, maybe I save 1 gram from the skates. I want to give it a fair shake. Now unfortunately these do not have full skates, they only have corner skates. I don't know if somebody will make some full skate version. I think a full skate version will be better. So exactly 48 grams, so 3 grams off the advertised weight. This is also the wrong color that they sent me because I actually asked for the red color, but I think they're kind of sold out. They're very hot, they're very in demand, so I'm not getting any kind of priority for color options, let's say. But let's weigh the Trinity while we're at it. This is supposed to be 37 grams. Let's remove the stickers first. Give it a fair shake. I think it's only fair that we weigh without the protective sticker. But my first impression for the feel of the mouse is actually pretty good. I like the way it feels. I was expecting the raw carbon fiber to be like the Akitsu, which was more of a, it felt more, the Akitsu felt more like a 3D printed kind of mouse. 37, it is not 37, it is 40 grams, so we're 3 grams off both of these mice, which is kind of a little bit disappointing. I wish it was just 1 or 2 grams off, but it's not. So in the hand, that just feels absolutely amazing. The coating, it doesn't feel like there is any kind of super grippy coating. The coating is, maybe it needs to warm up. Yeah, it does. Now it's getting, now it's getting sticky. I felt it increasing in grip as I was holding it. Look, it's like sticking to my hand now. Yeah, the coating is really good. Let's try this is the Viper mini shape. So if you're into the hit scan hyperlight, if you're into ATK F1, this is the same shape. I have the Viper Mini SE clone here, and it is exactly the same. This is a 1-to-1 copy of the Viper Mini. Yep, and this is a Viper Mini, let's say inspired shape. It might not be curving at the exact same places as a Viper Mini, but man, if you like the hit scan, if you like ATK F1, you will like this one. 40 grams, same weight as the ATK F1, same weight as the hit scan hyperlight, but you're getting a really fancy design. You're getting Omron opticals. I'm going to give you a sound test for both of them. Now the Max CF. I have a few comments to make actually. Okay, let's talk about the buttons. The mouse 1 and mouse 2 buttons, these are the standard Omron opticals everybody knows and love. They're no different, but what I'm noticing immediately is how rigid and stiff the M1 and M2 buttons are. When I say rigid and stiff, I don't mean the buttons are rigid and stiff to actuate. I mean the actual structure of the whole piece, the whole, what do you say, the whole thing is rigid and stiff. That means you are getting absolutely no flex at all. You're not getting that, you know, that bouncy feeling you get on plastic mice where you have some post-travel, pre-travel. If this is plastic and thin to make it super light, what happens is you're gonna get that bouncy feeling out, especially in the front of at the front of the mouse. You get this especially with the ATK F1s, the Mad Rs, the Sora V2s, because they make the mice so light that those have to be really thin plastic, and you get that, like, you know, that trampoline effect from the front of the buttons, and you're not getting that with the Pwnage. It is, the clicks are absolutely instant. There is almost, can you see, there is absolutely no pre-travel and maybe a little bit of post-travel there. I don't know how long it will hold up this way, but the pre-travel is almost zero, even right on the ledge of the trigger, and that is attributed to the stiffness of the carbon fiber material that is the structure of the button. So the click feeling is absolutely next level. Actually the click feeling is like a Beast X or any kind of magnesium mouse, because they are also have very stiff triggers and they have exquisite feeling clicks, just like the magnesiums and other stiff materials. Carbon fiber, I suppose, is a stiff material. There is a little bit of movement going on here. Oh, it's very soft at the bottom. You can see that's very soft. I bet you could break it very easily if I decide to press through, but you're never going to press through. You know what I mean? You're never going to put force down here. The shell itself is pretty stiff, but I feel like I could maybe make it creak if I really wanted to. But this is not bothering me at all, as I have it in my hand on the mouse pad. There is absolutely no issue at all. Wow, this is super impressive. It looks sexy. It's got that, you know, that ATK F1, that hit scan shape, the Viper Mini aggressive attack shape. It is really nice. And then you have these aggressive cutouts. I'm not a holy guy, but I'm not opposed to it. But these cutouts, they're not hexagon. They're not trying to look like Finalmouse. They're kind of like pointed diamond shape, and I think it's pretty cool. Plus these cutouts here, the grooves in the buttons, it gives a different kind of shape. I wish I got the silver color, which is the one that I asked for, and they sent me the two blacks instead. I do not like black mice because I've had black mice all my life, but the quality and the feel of the Trinity is amazing. Oh, I forgot to mention the scroll wheel and the click feels on the scroll wheel button is very nice. Some people might not like it. I don't know if people will like it or don't like it, but this is what I would like. Feels like there's a huge gap here though. Maybe this was designed for a bigger wheel, but I just noticed this as my finger, if I put my finger here, I can feel like there's a big hole here. Let me check out this one. Same as well. There's like a huge hole here. Other mice don't seem to have that. Look. You know what I mean? There's no gap here. But on these, they have like a hole here. I mean, it doesn't hinder me from using the mouse or anything, but it's there. I suppose dirt can get, well, there's a lot of holes everywhere anyway, so it's not going to make a difference. But the scroll wheel feel is amazing. I like the way it clicks, and I like the way it scrolls. The tensioning is just perfect, so this is really nice. Now they feel different though, the scroll wheels. Are they using different encoders? I do not know, but you can hear that the one on the Max CF is a little bit louder than the one on the Trinity. Listen. So the one on the Trinity is more silent, the one on the Max CF making more noises. Now let's talk about the side buttons. The side buttons, I have never been happier. It seems like they made the side buttons exactly like the ones on Razer. You can see the buttons never sink in because there's like a wall at the back of the side buttons that stops it from going anywhere. So it feels like super solid, and this is what I really like about the Razers. Pulsar X-Lite V3s are the same. It feels like there's a wall behind it, and it really elevates the clicking experience, so to speak. It kind of sets you apart from the rest because you can feel like different mice, like this one, you can see that it is not as solid as something like a Razer, and that is the Max CF as well. Very, very nice, very satisfying that it, you know, never sinks in. Feels like there's a wall right behind it. Really nice feeling. Very nice click feel. And for the Trinity, also the same thing. It feels like there's like a wall behind it. Feels really nice to click. And the button is more flushed with the body, so it's kind of like sunken in, so to speak, almost sunken in, sticking out very little, if you can see that. And it's a contoured button as well, kind of like contoured to the shape of the body. So wow. Let me compare that with the Realm. The Realm is of course like 5 times cheaper than that. So you're getting a different kind of experience here. The Pwnage Trinity, absolutely premium experience. Wow. And it's cool. And you can adjust the sensor, low sensor, high sensor, wherever you want your sensor. You don't complain about sensors anymore once you use the Trinity. And wow, Max CF. I'm going to be maining the Max CF for a long time, because I have been actually looking for a large ergo for a long time. I did get my hands on an X Lite V3, but it was very disappointing because the clicks were just garbage. Once you've gone with Omron Opticals or Kale GM 8.0s or Huano Blue Shell Pink Dots, once you've tried those, then you go to the Pulsars with the Ratias or whatever switches they were using. You just can't, you know, it's just no way. And that was the same size as the Pwnage CF Max. And I'm really glad now that I have a proper ergo that is the same size and shape as my ergo that I was using for the last 6 years before I started this hobby of reviewing mice. Wow, I'm really happy with this. So 2 mice that I'm going to be testing out for the next month or whatever, and then come out with an individual review for each of them. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this unbox and first look and first impression, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.